Hey Flosstube, it's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Saturday, I believe it's the 14th of January, and I thought I would do a quick little video, give you a few updates, and then give you a tour of the shop. A lot of people have been asking for a tour, so I did record one earlier this week. So that'll be attached to the end of this. We had our grand reopening last Saturday, and it went really well. Everybody was very complimentary on the shop. They said the location was wonderful. It took them usually less time to get there, even if it was further away. Access is really good, so everyone had very nice things to say about it. Everyone was patient. The lines were long for fabric and for checking out, but everyone was very patient. We had a little incident with the office, which is, where I keep extra things. We had put our coats and purses and stuff in there in the morning, and Dan shut the door all the way, and it accidentally locked, and there was no key. I don't have a key. The landlord didn't have a key, so there was no way to get in there. And I did at one point run out of bags at the front counter, and my extras were in that room. So that was a little bit of an issue, but again, everybody was very understanding about my not having any bags to put things in. We were kind of concerned about how we were going to get home because everything was locked in the office. But the landlord came after I closed, and he went up in the ceiling above the ceiling. He went, because it's a drop ceiling, and punched a hole in the sheetrock and then stuck a stick down and popped the lock. So we were able to get in there. But I did tell Dan that I would really like a new doorknob on there so that I could lock it if I needed to. Currently we just have it taped, so it can't do that again. So that was the only real hiccup in the whole grand reopening. I would guess we had between 80 and 100 people in there throughout the day, and we had a good first week. So it exceeded everybody's expectations that I talked to. So you can't ask for more than that. I want to thank everyone for coming out and supporting Reflections on their reopening, and for being patient and kind when the waits were long. I did have like 5 other people helping out, but there's only one cutting table and there's only one checkout station, so that there just was no getting around that. But like I said, everyone was really, really kind and understanding, and I appreciated that a whole lot. And I appreciated everyone that came out. I don't even have words for it. So today we had our first stitching group in on a Saturday. I used to do second and last Saturdays prior to the whole, pandemic thing, and I have been asked to resurrect that many times, so I decided that we would do that, and so we did. Today was our second Saturday stitch. We had 10 or 12 people maybe that came, and it sounded like they all had a good time. I was pretty busy for most of it, but it sounded like they were having a good time, and we'll be doing it again on the last Saturday of the month. So things are going well. I really like the new location. I like the new space. I like how it turned out. Hopefully you will too. What else can I tell you about? I have no stitching to show you whatsoever. I was too busy and then too tired at the end of the day to do any stitching. And then I got rear-ended in the middle of December, and the results of that have left me with numb arms, hands, and fingers. So it makes it very difficult to hold a needle when my hands are numb. The other day I had a good day, and so I tried stitching, but then the next day was not a good day. So the physical therapist said that's probably not something I should try quite yet. So no stitching to show you. Family's all doing good. I think they're pretty tired of me working on the shop and would like that things to go back to normal, which they're gradually getting there. I think I may have 2 days away from the shop, tomorrow and Monday. I still got stuff I brought home that I'm going to work on, but I'm not going to be at the actual shop. I think Dan's going to be at the shop tomorrow, but I'm going to stay home for the next 2 days, which is kind of nice because other than Christmas Day, pretty much, now there were the 2 days right after the accident that they told me I had to stay home. But pretty much otherwise I have been at the shop every single day. So as much as I love it, I'm looking forward to a couple of days where I don't have to go in. Other than that, I don't know do I have anything else? I don't think so. Connie and I, when Connie was here, she came down to help me with the grand reopening. She did say I broke her this time because I worked her so hard. And I did. I worked her hard. That poor woman stood at the cutting table last Saturday from 10 a.m. until almost 4 o'clock when we closed, and just cut and cut and cut. She couldn't even have a Coke because it was locked in the office. So she had nothing to drink. She couldn't get away to go potty. It was not, yeah, I broke her. Her knee was killing her. So I think she was actually happy to go home on Wednesday. She was at the shop on Tuesday. She was supposed to help with, or stitch with the Tuesday stitching group, but instead she ended up cutting fabric again all day. So, Connie, I really appreciate everything you did, and I'm sorry I broke you. I'm not going to promise never to do it again because market is coming, and I'm sure that will not be easy on you either. But I do appreciate you helping out, along with everyone else that was there. Like I said, I think I had about 5 people helping me, so couldn't have done it without you. Could not have done it without you. So we had a good first week and a very good day today. So, I think it was a good move. I truly think it was a good move. And hopefully someday you all will be able to come and visit. I don't know that I have any other news or gossip to tell you about, and you're probably just anxious to see the video. I did my best, but we all know that I'm not the most lively of people, so it might be a little bit dry. I'm sorry. I tried my best. But at least you get a good view of the shop. So, I think, without further ado, I will turn it over to that video, and you can let me know what you think. Hey everybody, I thought I would go ahead and try and get a video of the shop before it opens today. I don't know how good it's going to be, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to sound like a total and complete idiot while I'm doing it. So please bear with me because I have no script or anything. This is just going to be off the top of my head. So this is the view when you're standing outside the door to Suite 101. 101. I have a little welcome sign out here for the winter time. It lights up. I don't know if you can see that. And then as you come through the door, to your right, I have one of the decor doors, as Dan likes to call them. It's a screen door that we put together with a table to make a display. A little closer up, there's my cardinal kin. I think this is Wintertide Cardinal. This is Seasonal Etchings, the winter one from Heart and Hand, I think. I think that's Artful Offerings, and that's Plum Street. Up there is the Cardinal from Blackbird Designs that's in the Home for the Holidays book. And down here is Berry Bird from, I believe, Scarlet House. And we have a few accessories. And then going a little to the left of that, we've got a little display here. There's some pieces on it. This one you've got to see. This isn't mine. This belongs to my customer, Mary. And she did the rose and the giant pear and had it turned into a drum. I just think it's the cutest thing in the world. And she was kind enough to let me display it for a little while. This is a recent antique find. Pin cushions. And then down here we've got a display of Dan's trays. And if you're not sure what to do with the tray, this is what I have done with mine. Directly to the left when you come through the door is the checkout counter. And there's a table here. Currently it has a display of Easter. And then the back wall of the frame moldings. This is Connie's, it's Little House. What was this one? Needlework? I don't know the name of it. On the post. Dan, we mounted it on a fence post. And there's a front view of the counter. Had to put a new countertop on when we moved because the movers kind of busted it up pretty good. So we got a new countertop. Looks pretty good. And then again, there's the door. And then we go into accessories. So we have this slat wall that's full of accessories and finishing items. And this brown spinner also holds accessories, scissors, needles, pins, that sort of thing. And then we move into the DMC area. I'm gonna kind of back up slowly, hopefully without totally killing myself tripping over things. So there's the DMC. And we're going to keep going around this way. Directly ahead and across from the DMC, we have the winter charts, and down below is Mira and Lavender and Lace. And there's I showed this on Instagram, but there's my winter display for right now. Over to this side is miscellaneous flosses, some 103s, some dinky dyes, a few water lilies, some threadworks, overdyed Havera, and there at the bottom we've got Baldani. On this side we've got the 4th of July charts and autumn charts. Coming this way is the floss wall, So we've got a Verissois, MPI, Weeks, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colorworks clear down there on the end. And we have some of our charts displayed out on these stands to make it hopefully easier. I think right now it's going to confuse a bunch of people, but I hope not. So this stand here is going to hold the pre-cut pieces of fabric. It kind of got decimated on Saturday, so there's not a whole lot of it left. We're gonna flip around here. This side has a little bit more left, but I will be doing a few more pre-cut pieces. They may not be your standard pre-cut pieces because I'm still cutting by the square inch, but they'll be larger pre-cut pieces, so check out the pre-cut section on the website. And then we're back in the corner, and the charts hanging along here are like the more popular, you know, your Blackbird designs, your With Thy Needle and Thread, you know, designers that I have a large amount of charts for that would take up too much room on the other stands. So they're hanging here, and then we've got models all along the back wall. Try and give you a little bit of a peek at what those look like. There's going to be some glare, sorry. And then we have the serging station. All of our fabric is serged, unless you ask us not to, which doesn't happen very often. I do have one customer that prefers them not serged. And this is the fabric wall. Everything is alphabetically by the name of the fabric, the color name of the fabric within the count, so we can find the fabric fairly easily. Got the cutting table opposite the serger. Cutting table. And just kind of a different view of that side of the room. If you walk this way, this middle stand here holds our new arrivals and usually the seasonal. So currently we've got Easter, we've got Valentine's Day, and St. Patrick's Day on here. So anything that's new. So these are the new charts. And then again, this is alphabetical A through M right now of the designers that I don't have a ton of their designs. Okay, which direction? We're gonna go back over this way. This is our second decor door, and I have it decorated for the 4th of July usually, since it's red. And then this is the framing work area. Still a work in progress, but this is where I create the magical framing. And that door back there that's a little bit ajar is the office, which we have a good story about that, but I'm not going to tell it to you right now. I may have already told you, depending on what this gets in, what video this gets in. This is a spinner. Dan had to rebuild the doors. Looks way better now, but it holds the Mill Hill and the Krennics, and then it has storage in it, so that's always good storage. Got the clock. I got about 7 minutes till we're open. Behind the curtain is more storage. And we have another wall of models. There's Connie. She came to help with the open house, and I've still got her working, the poor thing. I owe her big time.
Big, huge.
That's the stitching tables. I've got on the wall over there the word stitch and some empty frames that I have a plan for. I just haven't been able to do it yet. We're going to take a quick peek at the models. And I know I'm going kind of fast. I'm sorry. It's hard to see them anyway on a video. But
You can always leave a comment if you got a question about anything you saw.
oops, Frederick is crooked. Can't have a crooked Frederick. Okay, and the word stitch. The empty frames that I have a plan. And Dan's, the old winter from Primitive Hair, but he changed it to the old tavern and is making a tavern sign out of it. There's Harvey's wife. I know many people do not care for Harvey. Harvey's wife. It's actually not called Harvey's wife. I just refer to it as Harvey from the movie.
Well, and it is the Year of the Rabbit.
It is.
Chinese.
Oh, it is. You're the rabbit.
So let's just go with that.
Okay. So this stand here is featured designers. This quarter it's Plum Street and Annie B's and Hello from Liz Matthews. So this will always have like a designer or two on it that we're featuring. And then we have our Christmas tree that holds the little house ornaments. And then this stand usually has series, but it kind of got, you know, shopped heavily on Saturday. Okay, where are we going next? It's a little sewing table where I put the project bags. And then this stand here holds like baby charts, Valentine's Day, Easter, spring and summer. A couple of displays. There's a sweet little display down there. And then the stand in the middle holds other project bags. And this table here in the center currently is holding all of my designs that I have done over the years. So it's got the snowman, The Two Under the Domes, Fall Fun, Witch's Booty, Double Double, Happy 4th of July, My Mother, Bit of Fabric. That's my new design there, with the pink dog sampler, Stitching Needfuls, Scissors Collector, Mrs. Claus's Booty, and the Voyage of Discovery. This side is Christmas. This is a wagon that Dan built specifically for this design from Shannon Christine. We got a Plum Street and a With Thy Needle and Thread. Over here we have all of my charts are right there for now. And then I've got like books that are too heavy to hang. They tend to fall off, so I've got books there. So it's, you know, Blackbird Designs, Teresa Kogut, that sort of thing. This is a display I did with all stitching related designs. My little antique chair I found. We've got Hands Across the Sea right here. And now we're back to the front. So we've got my antique display case that I have filled with mostly antique and vintage finds, some of which are for sale. So we'll walk by that carefully. We have some waxers there. This was our grand prize from Saturday, in case you hadn't seen it. We have needle minders over here. And we have scissor frogs and some of Dan's pin cushions that he's turned. There's one, another one. Hello. There's a sweet little display. I like how this one turned out. That's an old antique or vintage little purse that I had in my dresser drawer. I thought it would go well with that Blackbird design. And then more frogs. And that is pretty much the tour. I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? I am thrilled with it. I'm pat my own back. I think it turned out really well. It was overwhelming because everything was just dumped in the middle when we got there. I think I showed a picture of that. So it was pretty overwhelming until I kind of got my head wrapped around the space a little bit. But I think it turned out well, and I'm very pleased with it. So you'll have to let me know in the comments what you think. I don't know that there's anything else that I can tell you about it. I know some people have been a little bit confused when you come into the building. It's a red brick office building. And there's a bump out on the front of the building that faces the street. There's a door on either side. You can go in either of those doors. And then you go to the elevator, you hit the down arrow, get on the elevator, hit the 1, and go to the first floor. You'll step off the elevator and look to your left a little bit, and that is the door that you will go in to enter the shop. So hopefully that is pretty clear and concise, so you can, I know a couple of people have taken the trip around the main floor that you come into the building on, and that's not where I'm at. You got to take the elevator down one floor. What else? I think that's about it. I had thought of something, and now I've lost it, which is not surprising. But I guess I will let you go. I will get back to the, I know everyone's waiting for me to get back to the Chart of the Week videos, and I will get back to those once I am more settled in and have things back on an even keel. Still trying to find my feet and finish up some details that needed to be finished up. So as soon as I get that taken care of, we'll get back on a schedule and do the Chart of the Week videos again. I am planning to go to market in March. So sneak peeks are going to start coming out. I will be putting sneak peeks on the website under Nashville 2023. I haven't made the heading yet, so don't go searching for it yet. But I don't know that I'm going to be putting, you know how they just show a tiny little corner of something? It's a lot of work to download pictures, upload pictures, and then replace those pictures with the next sneak peek of the same thing. So I don't know if I'm going to put those little tiny pictures on or not. I haven't decided yet. A lot is going to depend on how much time I have, because like I said, it is pretty time consuming to do that. But I want to give everyone a fair shot at seeing what's going to be available. I will be taking pre-orders. You do not have to pay for your pre-orders ahead of time, but if you do pre-order something, I do expect you to follow through on the sale. Not made of money, so I do need people to follow through on their sales. But I'm happy to pick stuff up at market for you, and we're looking forward to going. Connie's not going to go this year again. I broke her, and her knee is really bad. She needs a new knee, but she's putting it off because she also needs cataract surgery. So she's having the cataracts done first, and then she'll work on the knee. So instead, my friend Rosie is going to go. So it'll be Lori, Doreen, Rosie, and I. I'm hoping to have coverage of the shop while I'm gone. It may not be, the hours are currently 10 to 5, Tuesday through Friday, 10 until 2 on Saturday. And if you don't know the new address, it's 1620 Wilshire Drive, Suite 101 in Bellevue, Nebraska. And that is down in the information section under the video. But I did talk to a couple people. I think Lori, who used to work for me, is maybe going to cover like the Wednesday and Thursday that I'm gone from 10 until 2. And then I think Connie will come to town and hopefully cover Friday and Saturday. I'm unclear as to what her hours would be yet, but I'll keep you updated on that. I'm just putting that out there now just to keep that in your heads. I'll be repeating myself several times over the next month and a half. I think we've got 7 weeks. 7 weeks, I think, until market. But the time's gonna blow by real fast. So I will repeat that information every time I make a video, probably, just to kind of get it in people's heads. Phone number remain the same if you need to call me. Otherwise, the website is turned back on and is open for orders. What else? I did debut my pink dog sampler at the grand reopening, so it is now available. It's sold pretty good. I sold quite a few copies, actually. And I also released all of my previous retreat pieces. So those are all available through the website or in the shop, whichever works for you. And that's it. I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna go sit down, and in a little while I'm gonna Zoom. I just sit there and talk. I can't stitch. That's a bummer. I had all these plans. I was gonna do I was resurrecting the 25/7 for my village of Hawk Run Hollow. I was going to start a Paula Vaughn stitch along with some friends. I was going to pick a new designer, one a month. All of those have been put on hold for right now. For me, anyway. I know people have started their Paula Vaughns, and people are working on their 25/7 for village. So hopefully it won't be too much longer, and I'll be able to stitch again and can get caught up. So I will let you go now, and see you the next time. I don't know when that will be yet, but hopefully it'll be sometime in the next week. No guarantees, though. So you take care until then, and I hope you enjoyed the shop tour. So take care. Bye-bye.